And thing is as well is that Elazer has no idea about this armory. So yeah, he may be capable of dealing with the first 4 Hellions, but what happens when 4 more show up and they all transform into Hellbats, and then there is a Liberator that's going to join this party as well. I mean, the Queen Control Rapid is going to have to be out of this world here, otherwise Elazer is in danger of just straight up dying again.
Indeed he is. Oh, nice pick off on the Reaper, so at least one factor out here, but with the Morph in, these Hellbats are really just going to be so difficult to deal with. They get healed.
I'm actually kind of confused.
Wait, what?
What is Maru doing at this point?
I guess he was trying to save everything there, but that actually was the least effective way to handle that.
I've given a massive heads up to Elazer. He was a little bit out of position, but he does have a lot of queens. It's just Zerglings, but he's counterattacking as well. Are the depots range? Well, let's see.
Yeah, I guess we are going to see his Liberator coming in with Hellbat support, or vice versa. I don't know if there's enough left back at home. A nice spread of Queens here is not taking too much splash damage, but he needs a little bit more than Queens to hold on against this many Hellbats. And look at the wall. It's airtight, Ling-tight, back on the other side.
Yeah, this is bad for Elazer, man. He's losing multiple Queens. One of them had energy as well. Perhaps even 2 of them had some transfused energy. The Lings are trying to do whatever they can to get a cancel on that command center. We are looking on the right side, picture in picture. Can the Lings get the job done?
Oh, it's so close. The Hellbats, though, are thinning, and so eventually they do make it into the drone line, but how many drones are they really going to get? It looks like on the other side the wall is tight and held, but look at those resources lost. 12 drones going down.
Yep, and 5 Queens. The Liberator did quite a bit of damage as well. So
once again, not only does he have 0 vision across the map, he has no idea what's about to come for him, and Maru now sitting on 3 bases. It's not going to take too long before he pushes for these drops.
I got a question though, if he's really that comfortable, because he's at 63 drones, and we've seen, like, for instance, Rogue play this kind of a style, the Intel Extreme Masters a couple times, even though he would just skip the Hydra then. But then you're not talking about 63 drones, no, you're talking about like 82,
90,
91, you know, those crazy numbers. And that's truly where you can throw away wave after wave. Look at Maru's focus fight there as well.
Oh my God, disgusting. Tell me more about this counterplay, Rotterdam.
Yeah, it's just starting to look rough for Elazer, man. Okay, now he's firing up 13 drones, and that's great and all, but is it now in this way, since he's playing against a 3cc opening, is it too late? Can he really get the units out that he needs? I believe there is Baneling speed though, right? That
yes, it just finished.
Yeah, okay, so Banelings are rolling. That's very nice. Good focus fire by Maru once again. One Baneling does sort of live, but look at these reinforcements, man. What is Maru going to do against these tanks and all these Marines? Or Elazer, rather. Maru's not going to do much about it. He's going to keep him alive, Rapid.
Yeah, well, this base is certainly dead to rights. Hydra's on the way, but the next wave of tech is not going to hit before Maru does. Maru taking out the base. Is he happy with it, though? Will he pull back or just reposition?
Yeah, maybe he feels like this is good enough. Now, of course, there is still that base on the left top side. I believe him Medevac did get shut down there. But Maru maybe wants to get a little bit of game time under his belt as well. He's like, you know what, 4th command center. Let's get those upgrades going. And there is a chance that Maru makes another massive push with his 2-2 upgrades. I do think that was maybe the least bad thing that could have happened to Elazer, just losing one of those bases, right? Because there's a lot of scenarios. Oh!
Whoa, there we go! All right, clip it. There it is. Doesn't kill the whole bio ball, though.
Now he made Maru so angry. This is like when this is when you slash at a B and you miss it, and it's like, uh-oh. It's coming back with full fury now.
There's some good connects. Yeah, I will say that this is not too bad for Elazer. He does have a bunch of Hydras, some Lings running by, and 2-2 upgrades are done, picking off the tank back at home.
Yeah, no, these are actually plays. Right now, Elazer is doing a little bit of damage, getting a tank, getting a couple of SCVs, some lost mining time, and of course, from this point on forward, Maru's going to be afraid to walk over the map. He knows what is possible now. Once there are Burrowed Banelings, there's going to be Burrowed Banelings for the rest of the game. Maru knows that, so he's going to probably take a step back, and that's finally going to allow Elazer to maybe build up some rhythm and some momentum.
That's right. He's getting Hydra speed, Hydra range. I guess he's already finished the speed, but +1 ranged attack as well as re-expanding. Down there to the 6 o'clock, or I guess that's more 7:30. But the idea is that we're going to
7:25.
Oh my God! I'm so bad at telling time here without you, Rotterdam. I'm so excited to see what Elazer has left in store, because this feels like the way game number 1 would have done if Maru hadn't decided to put the period at the end of the sentence.
Yeah, of course, but in game 1 it was a 2-base Maru as well, right? And this time he's kind of just going, you know what, let's get a couple extra bases up and running. There's a sensor tower now as well. I'm curious to see how this goes out. This is off creep though, so he needs to be a little bit careful. I mean, yeah, Hydras and Banes are awesome and all, especially on creep. Off creep, running into tanks that are already sieged up. I'm not feeling it. These Banelings will get blown up as well. I mean, nice attempt, but Maru's like, yeah, come on. You gotta do better than that, buddy. Like, you're not just gonna roll by my tanks and blow up my depots and get into my mineral.
Now, if those had been Goblin Sappers, that wall would have been dead by now. But
Goblin Sappers.
in the end, it isn't effective, and so both players remain on their side of the map. The creep spread's growing, though, for Elazer, and so are his base counts. His resources gained are skyrocketing, even beyond the mules. And so now sitting at 84 drones, I think both players are kind of in the spot they want to be without the ability to really do anything to the other one.
Yeah, well, I think that Elazer would love to feel like there is an opening somewhere, right? And he's been looking for openings, so I definitely don't want to criticize him here. But I think Maru is absolutely quite comfortable. I think he knows exactly where he's at in this game. I think Elazer is not 100% sure. He's like, I think this is maybe playable, but can I actually do something? Is there a weakness somewhere, you know? I think that Maru has a much better read on the state of the game than Elazer has at this point.
Stimming in with a nice double drop and targeting down the hash tree. Yeah, that was out of there. Not a lot of vision on the top side of the map, so Maru gets in with a free one.
Yep, that's kind of silly as well, but that tasteless secret hallway on the north side. And no vision of it at all. Maru just kind of walks happily there with 60 Marines, and that's kind of what I mean, right? I feel like Maru has the confidence to make those plays. Of course, the medevac also allows him. Meanwhile, Elazer with his Lings and Banes, whatever he tried, was no success. And he's like, well, maybe I just shouldn't try anymore because I'm just throwing away units. But there is always an opening somewhere, right? It's impossible in a game of StarCraft 2 to have everything 100% covered. Unless, you know, you truly are stacking up on cannons and batteries everywhere. But in this matchup, there will be something that Elazer can do. He just needs to keep looking for it. And then it all comes down to how active are you, right? How fast are you?
Yeah.
All that APM that all these pros have, how much can you really put it to use? Because there will be an opening somewhere, even on a small map like that. It's hard to find it, but you got to work for it.
Well, you know, Elazer would love to reestablish that base up at the top half of the map, but I think Maru is going to push and put on a little bit too much pressure. And so things are starting to go Maru's way, right? He's dealing little bits of damage by little bits. But, you know, the hype tech's already here. We have 3 full energy Vipers coming forward with a lot of blinding clouds on those rear siege tanks. The Banelings rolling forward without anything to stop them. And I think Maru is going to be pushed back here pretty significantly.
I think it's a sick fight for Maru, man. Like, yes, he lost a couple of tanks here in the middle of the map, but those were the Vipers. They used all of their energy. Maru saved a lot of his Marines, and I just love how deep that tank line went back. That was not all about that screen. No, that was a screen and a half or even 2 screens of Maru. And now Maru's like, hey, what about those Vipers that you just lost? It would be nice if you had them right now, right? Elazer's like, yeah, did you back off maybe?
Well, I mean, Maru isn't going to overextend, but you're right, that deep tank line, I was sort of judging that fight by how far can Elazer push, and it seemed like he did a pretty good job, and then I was like, wait, there's even more behind that. So, yeah, great setup there by Maru, and he's not going to stop yet. He repositions and now has just as good a setup as he pushes in to the 725 base.
And the thing is, yes, the Brutes are going to be sick, guys, but the Vikings are already here. This is not an army that really cannot deal with it. You see that? The Brutes are like, we're here! And then they see the Vikings, they're like, yeah, never mind. We're not here, actually.
Yeah, like, fighting Maru requires a little bit of finesse, not brute force.
So I think Elazer was quite sad there to see that the Vikings are already, and Maru was not just a step ahead, but I feel like he's 2 steps ahead, even getting goals now in the mix already as well. Going up to that 6th base, I believe it is. Elazer one more time looking for an opening, but yeah, he gets a couple of depots. Okay, that's a lot of links. Can he get through?
Yeah, this is a nice flood before the rewall can happen, but there's already units there to defend. Maru just completely waxing on, waxing off everything Elazer does.
And now Elazer probably feels like he has to commit, he has to do something. But the thing is, since Maru has been so freaking ready for these Brute Lords, they do not come as a surprise at all. I don't know if Elazer can really fight. I'd kind of love to see a couple of Infestors or something, or maybe even more Vipers for some more Spellcasters. But right now, I don't think Elazer has the damage to kill all these Vikings of Maru. That is a good Parasitic Bomb, though.
A good Parasitic Bomb, and there's a backstab coming through that's going to cancel a command center. So that's a nice win, but the Brood Lords, man, how good are they on the ground? But how bad are they at dealing with these Vikings in the air? The Hydra's getting forward and actually pushing the Vikings back. So the Brood Lords are going to get on the bio, but ultimately it feels like Elazer might have overextended.
Yeah, he does have a couple of links. Banelings, I believe, in the natural, and that's very nice and all, but the way that Maru is just moving those Vikings around, the way that he split up the ones that were affected by the parasitic bomb as well, it's really beautiful control. He's really utilizing the map to his own advantage as well, right?
Yeah.
Flying it over that debris all the time, making sure the Vikings stay out of range of these Hydras and Queens. It all looks so simple, but in a game like this, there's so many fights, there's so many battles. I mean, Maru is just kind of dunking on Elazer, man. There's no other way to put it.
Yeah, and as Maru expands to these planetary fortresses in the southern side of his side of the map, Elazer keeps trying to run by with Lings, but you need more than Lings to deal with planetaries down there. So Maru is expanding to bases that Elazer's already mining out and pushing across the map at the same time.
I really wonder what the unit's resource loss is in this game, because I feel like Maru has been pretty damn effective. Of course he lost,
efficient.
Yeah, of course he lost some Marines, he lost Marauders in the process. A couple tanks went down here and there in depots, but it really feels like a masterclass of TVZ here by Maru. Of course, the start was decent, but I don't think he necessarily won this game because of those Hellbats. That was that was good. That was all right, acceptable. But
that's a ghost.
It's everything else. It's power walkers.
It's got the 2.5-pound weights in each hand, and it's going for it. Well, so is Maru. He's continuing to push forward with, once again, a very deep tank line. Here come only 2 Vipers this time, and yeah, it's going to need a little bit more than that from Elazer to hold on against this push. Nuke down in the bottom. Does he see it?
He's just having fun at this point, man. Maru is just having fun. Elazer is pulling his drones away, so he does know about the nuke. That's obviously a good response there, but there is still a massive army knocking on this front door, an army that's becoming more and more powerful. Well, actually, it's as powerful as it can because he's maxed out. But the thing is, well, Elazer is not capable of spending his money. And that's not because Elazer has no macro. That's just because Maru is keeping him so busy, and Elazer is going to tap out before even beginning in that fight. Maru, dominant as always, will move on to the quarterfinals.
Somewhere in the distance, Showtime tenting his fingers, an evil laugh abounds. The curse abides.